Hello friends, welcome to Hack Moon. Today I'm telling you history of the Silk Road Marketplace. Silk Road was founded in February 2011. The name, Silk Road, comes from a historical network of trade routes started during the Han Dynasty 206 BC 220 AD between Europe, India, China, and many other countries on the Afro-Eurasian landmass. Silk Road was operated by the pseudonymous Dread Pirate Roberts, named after the fictional character from The Princess Bride, who was known for espousing libertarian ideals and criticizing regulation. Two other individuals were also closely involved in the site's growth and success, known as Variety Jones and Smedley. In June 2011, Gawker published an article about the site which led to internet buzz and an increase in website traffic. Once the site was known publicly, U.S. Senator Charles Schumer asked federal law enforcement authorities to shut it down, including the Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) and Department of Justice. 21. In May 2013, Silk Road was taken down for a short period of time by a sustained DDoS attack. On the 23rd of June 2013, it was first reported that the DIA seized 11.02 bitcoins, then worth a total of $814, which the media suspected was a result of a Silk Road honeypot sting. The FBI has claimed that the real IP address of the Silk Road server was found via data leak directly from the site's CAPTCHA and it was located in Reykjavik, Iceland. Henry Farrell, an associate professor of political science and international affairs at George Washington University, analyzed Silk Road in an essay for Aeon in 2015. He noted that Ulbricht created the marketplace to function without government oversight but found it difficult to verify anonymous transactions. To sustain a steady stream of revenue, he started increasing oversight to ensure low transaction costs. To do this, he added measures to ensure trustworthiness with implementation of an automated escrow payment system and automated review system. Arrest and trial of Ross Ulbricht. Due, in part, to off-duty research conducted by IRS criminal investigator Gary Alford, Ross Ulbricht was alleged by the FBI to be the founder and owner of Silk Road and the person behind the pseudonym, Dread Pirate Roberts DPR. He was arrested on the 2nd of October 2013 in San Francisco at 3:15 p.m. PDT in Glen Park Library, a branch of the San Francisco Public Library. 33. Ulbricht was indicted on charges of money laundering, computer hacking, conspiracy to traffic narcotics, and attempting to have 6 people killed. Prosecutors alleged that Ulbricht paid $730,000 to others to commit the murders, although none of the murders actually occurred. Ulbricht ultimately was not prosecuted for any of the alleged murder attempts. The FBI initially seized 26,000 bitcoins from accounts on Silk Road, worth approximately $3.6 million at the time. An FBI spokesperson said that the agency would hold the bitcoins until Ulbricht's trial finished, after which the bitcoins would be liquidated. In October 2013, the FBI reported that it had seized 144,000 bitcoins, worth $28.5 million, and that the bitcoins belonged to Ulbricht. On the 27th of June 2014, the U.S. Marshals Service sold 29,657 bitcoins in 10 blocks in an online auction, estimated to be worth $18 million at current rates and only about a quarter of the seized bitcoins. Another 144,342 bitcoins were kept which had been found on Ulbricht's computer, roughly $87 million. Tim Draper bought the bitcoins at the auction with an estimated worth of $17 million to lend them to a Bitcoin startup called Varum which is working in developing economies of emerging markets. Ulbricht's trial began on the 13th of January 2015 in federal court in Manhattan. At the start of the trial, Ulbricht admitted to founding the Silk Road website but claimed to have transferred control of the site to other people soon after he founded it. Ulbricht's lawyers contended that Dread Pirate Roberts was really Mark Karpels, and that Karpels set up Ulbricht as a fall guy. However, Judge Catherine B. Forrest ruled that any speculative statements regarding whether Karpels or anyone else ran Silk Road would not be allowed, and statements already made would be stricken from the record. In the second week of the trial, prosecutors presented documents and chat logs from Ulbricht's computer that, they said, demonstrated how Ulbricht had administered the site for many months, which contradicted the defense's claim that Ulbricht had relinquished control of Silk Road. Ulbricht's attorney suggested that the documents and chat logs were planted there by way of BitTorrent, which was running on Ulbricht's computer at the time of his arrest. On the 4th of February 2015, the jury convicted Ulbricht of 7 charges, including charges of engaging in a continuing criminal enterprise, narcotics trafficking, money laundering, and computer hacking. He faced 30 years to life in prison. The government also accused Ulbricht of paying for the murders of at least 5 people, but there is no evidence that the murders were actually carried out, and the accusations never became formal charges against Ulbricht. During the trial, Judge Forrest received death threats. Users of an underground site called The Hidden Wiki posted her personal information there, including her address and social security number. Ulbricht's lawyer Joshua Dradel said that he and his client, obviously, and as strongly as possible, condemn the anonymous postings against the judge. They do not in any way have anything to do with Ross Ulbricht or anyone associated with him or reflect his views or those of anyone associated with him, Dradel said. In late March 2015, a criminal complaint issued by the United States District Court for the Northern District of California led to the arrest of 2 former federal agents who had worked undercover in the Baltimore Silk Road investigation of Ulbricht, former Drug Enforcement Administration agent Carl Mark Force IV and Secret Service agent Sean Bridges. The agents are alleged to have kept funds that Ulbricht transferred to them in exchange for purported information about the investigation. The agents were charged with wire fraud and money laundering. In late November 2016, Ulbricht's lawyers brought forward a case on a third DA agent, who they claim was leaking information about the investigation and tampered with evidence to omit chat logs showing conversations with him. In a letter to Judge Forrest before his sentencing, Ulbricht stated that his actions through Silk Road were committed through libertarian idealism and that Silk Road was supposed to be about giving people the freedom to make their own choices, and admitted that he made a terrible mistake that ruined his life. On May 29, 2015, Ulbricht was given 5 sentences to be served concurrently, including 2 for life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. He was also ordered to forfeit $183 million. Ulbricht's lawyer Joshua Dradel said that he would appeal the sentencing and the original guilty verdict. On May 31, 2017, the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit denied Ulbricht's appeal and affirmed the judgment of conviction and life sentence, in a written opinion authored by the Honorable Gerard E. Lynch, United States Circuit Judge. The Supreme Court declined to review the case. Other trial Senate. In February 2013, an Australian cocaine and MDMA ecstasy dealer became the first person to be convicted of crimes directly related to Silk Road, after authorities intercepted drugs that he was importing through the mail, searched his premises, and discovered his Silk Road alias in an image file on his personal computer. Australian police and the DIA have targeted Silk Road users and made arrests, albeit with limited success at reaching convictions. In December 2013, a New Zealand man was sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in jail after being convicted of importing 15 grams of methamphetamine that he had bought on Silk Road. 23-year-old Dutch drug dealer Cornelis Jan Michael Slomp pled guilty to large-scale selling of drugs through the Silk Road website and was sentenced in Chicago to 10 years in prison on the 29th of May 2015 with his attorney, Paul Petruzzi, present. Dealer Steven Sadler was sentenced to 5 years in prison. There have been over 130 other arrests connected with the Silk Road, although some of these arrests may not be directly related to the Silk Road, and may not be public information due to legal reasons. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share and don't forget to subscribe my channel.